Hi, welcome to United Airlines flight. We just opened our gate. We won't be boarding for another 30 minutes or so. Just want to remind you that if you have a Samsung Galaxy Note 7, it is banned on all aircraft globally by the FAA. If you do have one, you can see it's in the product great culture and because you cannot carry it on or have to check luggage. It is going to be a completely full flight today. If you have anyone that would like to check their bag, relative to check their bag, it is free of charge here at the gate. Probably because of the flag, we will be checking your bag. Please keep in mind, we will limit you to 2 carry-on bags, one that fits in the overhead and one underneath the seat in front of you to make it as fair as possible.
Welcome aboard this United flight. United is a proud member of the Star Alliance network. Please make sure all carry-on items are securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Customers in United Global First and United Business First must stow all items in an overhead or side storage compartment. Approved personal electronic devices may be used while parked at the gate with the boarding door open. We will advise you when they must be turned off and stowed prior to closing the boarding door. United Economy Plus seating is reserved for customers who have purchased those seats. If you are interested in purchasing an available Economy Plus seat, please ask a flight attendant for more details in flight. If you are seated in an exit row, please review the front of the safety card. If you cannot meet the standards or are unwilling or unable to perform the actions possibly reseating.
Flight attendants, please complete your exit row briefings. Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding door is now closed. Flight attendants prepare your doors for departure. Crash check, verify straps, stand by for all call. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, at this time we do need to make sure all of your carry-on items are securely stowed underneath that seat in front of you in an overhead compartment. Your small electronics do need to be turned to airplane or non-transmit mode at this time. Those large devices, such as your laptops, do need to be completely turned off, unplugged, and stowed. Please make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Your tray tables are in the upright and locked positions, and your seat backs are fully upright. You can do that by pushing the silver button on your armrest, giving the back of your chair a nice firm tug. Thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we've closed the main cabin doors, so we need our customers seated with their seatbelts fastened, seat backs and tray tables in the full upright and locked position, luggage under the seat in front of you completely. Laptops and DVD players should be turned off, unplugged, and under the seat in front of you at this time. Smaller devices must be unplugged. They may remain on in airplane mode and must be secured.
attendants please be seated for departure?
Ladies and gentlemen, the fasten seatbelt sign is on. Please remain seated. When the captain turns the sign off, you'll be able to move about the cabin. When you are in your seat, please keep your seatbelt fastened in the event of unexpected turbulence. Please be careful when opening the overhead compartments. We ask that you use the lavatories located in your cabin, and please don't stand near the lavatories in the galleys. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices. For everyone's safety, please make sure your personal belongings are clear of the aisle. We're pleased to offer personal device entertainment on our United Private Screenings option, sponsored by the United Plus Explorer card. On-demand movies from the seat back in front of you. If you need to have a headset, we'll be happy to provide one once the captain lets the flight crew get up from our jump seats. Is available on this flight. After you connect to the United Wi-Fi network, go to unitedwifi.com. You can access united.com and the United app free of charge, where you can check flight status and more. To use other apps and websites, you can purchase an internet access plan. We will be serving a variety of complimentary drinks, wines, craft beer, and other alcoholic beverages for purchase. In United Economy, a variety of snack boxes and refreshments are available to purchase, as well as freshly prepared meals from our bistro on-board menu. You can find more details about the menu in the back of Hemispheres magazine or the Seatback Guide. We accept most major debit and credit cards, including those with a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express logo, as well as the Mileage Plus Explorer Visa card. We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the service on today's flight. Let us know if there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable.
be landing in approximately 45 minutes. The captain is trying to find some smooth air. Right now the seatbelt sign is still on. Please be seated with your seatbelt fastened. At that time, if you've taken down any of your carry-on luggage, we ask that you restow them. For those of you in Polaris First and Polaris Business, all of your items returning to the overhead compartments or other storage areas. In United Economy, please keep all exits and aisles clear. If you are in transit to an international flight today, you do not need any forms. arriving at Terminal 1 at Gate 31. If you are connecting to domestic locations, you must clear immigration, claim all of your luggage, and proceed through customs. If your domestic connection is with a different carrier, please check in your luggage directly with that carrier. There is a yellow terminal connection bus located outside of the arrival lobby that will take you to Terminal 2. Customers connecting onwards to international destinations. For international flights departing from Terminal 2, after clearing security, proceed to Gate 28, where you can take the ramp connection bus. Thank you. Of those double chimes, our flight's be coming to an end. Please prepare for landing. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened about you. Your tray table and seat back are in the upright and locked position. All video screens, head and footrests need to be stowed at this time. For those of you in Polaris First, Polaris Business, please press and hold your green airplane button on your control panel to bring your seat to its proper landing position. Also in Polaris First, secure your shoulder strap after fastening your seatbelt. All large personal electronic devices, such as laptops, must be turned off and be put away. You may continue to use your small, lightweight electronic devices, but these must be unplugged, switched to airplane mode, and secured. Please have a look around the airplane to refresh your memory of the location of your nearest emergency exit, keeping in mind your closest one may be behind you. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival and be seated in your jump seat. We'll be on the ground shortly.
Traffic. San Francisco will be tested for the next few moments, so please remain clear with those seatbelt fastened. The cabin is door and foot captain has contact treatment should not have that seatbelt sign. This will be a one-on-one indication of your seat will right cabin. Please use caution, open door correctly. Once again, our opportunity is 3 to get the connection. Check the United app on your mobile device using the whiteboard to try to terminal for the first dedicated information. If you have a boarding pass, please proceed directly to the gate of departure. On behalf of the San Francisco Base cabin crew, like to thank you for flying United tonight. It was a pleasure having you on board. We wish you best stay here in San Francisco, wherever our destination may be, and we look forward to meeting you again on a future United flight.
Attendants, please prepare doors for arrival. Cross-check. Stand by for all call.